The National Rifle Association has produced a film which you are sure to find of great interest. Let's look at it.
It was the morning of April 20th, 1999, and it was pretty much like any other morning in America. The farmer did his chores. The milkman made his deliveries. The president bombed another country whose name we couldn't pronounce. Out in Fargo, North Dakota, Carrie McWilliams went on his morning walk. Back in Michigan, Mrs. Hughes welcomed her students for another day of school. And out in a little town in Colorado, two boys went bowling at 6 in the morning. Yes, it was a typical day in the United States of America.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm here to open up an account.
Okay, what type of account would you like?
I want the account where I can get the free gun.
Okay.
I'd spotted an ad in the local Michigan paper that said if you opened an account at North Country Bank, the bank would give you a gun.
You do a CD and we'll hand you a gun. We have a whole brochure here that you can look at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Once we do the background check and everything, it's yours to go.
Okay. All right, well, that's the account I'd like to open.
We have a vault, which at all times we keep at least 500 firearms.
500 of these you have in your vault?
In our vault.
Wow.
We have to do a background check.
At the bank here? Or?
At the bank, which we are a licensed firearm dealer.
Oh, you are?
Mm-hmm.
You're a bank and a licensed firearm dealer. What do I put for race? White or Caucasian? Or
Caucasian.
Caucasian. Oh, I knew you were going to make me spell the Caucasian. Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't think that's the part they're going to be worried about.
Have you ever been adjudicated mentally defective, or have you ever been committed to a mental institution? Oh, I've never been committed to a mental institution. What does that mean? Have I ever been adjudicated mentally defective?
Would be something involved with a crime.
Oh, with a crime. Oh, okay. So if I'm just normally mentally defective, but not criminal.
Exactly.
There you go, Mike.
Okay, thank you very much. Wow.
I have one personally.
That's a nice section.
It is, and it's
you got one
straight shooter. It's a straight shooter, let me tell you.
Wow. Sweet. Well, here's my first question. Do you think it's a little dangerous handing out guns in a bank?
Each gun makes lots of battle sounds. Just press the trigger and listen.
This sounds like a gun battle over there.
Hey, is it real? Looks like real. Hey, it sounds like real.
Right. The Sound of Power, Military and Western Rifles by Marks.
This was my first gun. I couldn't wait to go outside and shoot up the neighborhood. Those were the days.
I was born in Michigan, and I wish again that I was back in the town where I was born.
By the time I was a teenager, I was such a good shot. I won the National Rifle Association's Marksman Award. You see, I grew up in Michigan, a gun lover's paradise. And so did this man, the Oscar-winning actor and president of the National Rifle Association, Mr. Charlton Heston. We come from a state where everyone loves to go hunting. Even the dogs.
They were actually two of the hunters at camp. They thought they'd get a few pictures of the dog dressed up as a hunter to kind of, just have some fun around camp. And one of the guys had the idea that, why don't we sling a rifle on the dog's back to make the pictures a little more interesting. The victim was kneeling down in front of the dog when the weapon slipped. The one round went through the victim's shin, the right part of his shin, and came out through the back of his calf.
Was the dog held at all for any period of time by the police?
No, it wasn't. No. In Michigan, law basically states that people can commit crimes that animals aren't some form of, whatever that could commit a crime.
An animal cannot commit a crime or be charged with a crime in the state.
Exactly.
Is it possible that the dog, knew what it was doing?
That I don't know. I really wouldn't be able to tell you that. Oh, the dog was cute dressed up as a hunter. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it was a funny picture. To look at it was kind of neat.
Yep. This was the kind of place I was from.
A box of 270s.
Coming on. There you go.
Perfect. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
Sorry, didn't discharge.
You don't need no gun control. You know what you need? We need some bullet control. We need to control the bullets. That's right. I think all bullets should cost $5,000. $5,000 for a bullet. You know why? Because if a bullet costs $5,000, there'll be no more innocent bystanders. Every time somebody gets shot, they'll be like, "Dad, he must have did something." Should they put $50,000 worth of bullets in his hand? And people will think before they kill somebody if a bullet costs $5,000. Man, I would blow your fucking head off if I could afford it. I'm gonna get me another job, I'm gonna start saving some money, and you a dead man. You better hope I can't get no bullets on layaway.
Not far from where Charlton Heston and I grew up is a training ground for the Michigan militia. Why do you use the bowling pins?
From self-defense or whatever tactical standpoint, it's a small target that closely represents the vitals on a human being should you ever have to shoot at one.
The Michigan militia became known around the world when on April 19th, 1995, two guys living in Michigan who had attended militia meetings, Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols, blew up the federal building in Oklahoma City, killing 168 people. The Michigan militia wanted everyone to know that they were nothing like McVeigh and Nichols.
This is an American tradition. It's an American responsibility to be armed. If you're not armed, you're not responsible. Who's going to defend your kids? The cops? The federal government?
No, none of them.
It's your job to defend you and yours. If you don't do it, you're in dereliction of duty as an American, period.
And we're just here to let them know that, hey, we're here to help. We're not the boogeymen that we're made out to be. We're here to help and defend the people of this country.
I'm sure you guys are the kind of people that people would like to have as their neighbor. If somebody's in need, you're there to help them.
Yeah, pretty much. And we're all normal people. We all have regular jobs, professions, and this is what we do on our own time.
What kind of job do you have?
I'm a draftsman.
Draftsman, how about you?
Unemployed right now.
Unemployed? Frank, what do you do for a living?
I work for a heat treating company. I drive trucks for them.
Uh-huh. Okay, how about you?
I'm a real estate negotiator.
Real estate negotiator?
White collar all the way.
You don't bring that with you, though, do you? When you're negotiating the real estate?
No.
All right. What do you live in, suburban Detroit?
Westland.
You live in Westland. So what do you have in your home?
Smith & Wesson 9mm.
9mm.
Yeah.
How about you?
With hollow points.
12 gauge.
12 gauge at home?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. How about you?
M16.
At home?
Yep.
Yeah.
At the ready.
Huh?
I don't agree with that because you got to worry about where your rounds are going. Do you have frangibles in it?
I know where they're going to go when I aim and shoot.
Whose idea was the calendar?
Well, that would probably be Kristen. A picture's worth 1,000 words. I mean, it's not. It demonstrates a level of sophistication that you wouldn't expect out of militia. B, we're people too.
Right.
And we have a lot of fun with it.
Right.
It was a fundraiser. It showed that we're not so serious. We're not these conspiracy nuts who wouldn't want our pictures get out. And at the end, it was a fun fundraiser.
I've had guns pretty much since I was old enough to have them.
Yeah.
And I learned how to use them. You're silly. Because being a female, number one, I felt it was important to be able to protect myself with the best means possible. And and one of those means is having a gun. When a criminal breaks into your house, who's the first person you're going to call? Most people will call the police because they have guns. Cut out the middleman. Take care of it. Take care of your own family yourself. If you're not going to protect your family, who is?
We're not racist. We're not extremists. We're not fundamentalists. We're not terrorists or militants or none of other such nonsense.
We're citizens.
We're just concerned citizens. We have a desire to fulfill our responsibilities and duties as Americans, and armed citizenry is part of that.
That's why I wish again that I was in Michigan down on the farm.
What do you grow here?
Well, right now there's tofu beans there, soybeans. Tofu soybeans.
You're a tofu farmer.
Yeah, yeah. Food farmer. I'm a food farmer.
Food.
I grow food for people to eat, you know. No herbicides, no pesticides on that stuff.
Right.
You know, so.
All natural.
Right.
Yeah, better.
Certified organic.
Healthier.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
This is James Nichols, the brother of Terry Nichols. James graduated from high school the same year I did in the district next to mine. On this farm in Decker, Michigan, McVeigh and the Nichols brothers made practice bombs before Oklahoma City. Terry and James were both arrested in connection to the bombing.
U.S. attorneys formally linked the Nichols brothers of Michigan with Oklahoma bomb suspect Timothy McVeigh. Officials charged James, who was at the hearing, and Terry, who was not, with conspiring to make and possess small bombs.
Terry Nichols was convicted and received a life sentence. Timothy McVeigh was executed. But the feds didn't have the goods on James, so the charges were dropped.
I'm just glad to be out and free so I can get on with my life.
Did Timothy McVeigh ever stay here?
Yes, yes. He stayed here several times for the longest period, about 3 months or so, I don't know. But he was a nice guy.
Decent guy?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't find anything on this farm.
As to what? Bomb-making material?
Any kind of explosives?
Yeah, I had blasting caps, dynamite blasting caps, dynamite fuse, black powder, you know, for muzzle loaders, and sure, diesel fuel, fertilizer, but that is normal farm stuff. That is no way connected any way whatsoever to the Oklahoma City bombing or bomb making. Them people, law enforcement, if you want to call them that, were here and they were shaking in their shoes. They were physically shaking, scared to death.
Of?
Because they thought this was going to be another Waco. Because certain people, namely my ex-wife and other people, said, I'm a radical, I'm a wild man, I got a gun under every arm, down every leg, and every shoe, every corner of the house. You say anything to me, I'll shoot you. If the people find out how they've been ripped off and enslaved in this country by the government, by the powers to be,